armed robbery in progress. 133 Franklin Road at Bank of America.
I was the day shift sergeant at the time.
Headquarters all units, should be a single male suspect armed with a gun.
I knew there was a robbery, I knew that it was in progress, and I knew that the suspect was armed. But what I did not know was that the suspect had a rifle.
65 there, California Tire, just went north on Franklin Road, stand by for direction.
This was after 1 o'clock, shortly after 1 o'clock on a Monday afternoon. It was on Franklin Road between Church Street and Old Hickory Boulevard.
I said he's got an assault rifle.
At the time that I turned left on Franklin Road was about the time that Officer Bellis, now Stephanie Warner, was involved in the shootout with the suspect in the intersection.
60, we got shots fired.
But Stephanie got out of the car. The car remained in a drive, so the car actually started rolling without her behind the wheel. And she used the car basically for cover and was backing away into that intersection while the suspect was firing on her.
Behind you!
We do know the suspect fell. He got up and he walked into the Walgreens parking lot.
60's on foot, he's got a gun, he's by Walgreens.
I had stopped my car to get out of the car, so my car door was open. I was outside the car with both feet when I saw the suspect.
Start, get out of there.
I really didn't see the man, I saw the gun. AR-15 rifle at 3,000 feet per second. He fires his first round at me, which went through the door. It went through the driver's door, which was open, and it struck me in the left leg, just above my knee.
Police are at headquarters, get me there, let's up here right now. We got an officer down.
I tried to avoid any more gunshots hitting me, which I used my right arm to drag myself across the front seat of the car. The suspect fired several shots at my car. When the shooting stopped, I assumed the suspect was gone, and that was wrong because I looked up over the dash. Again, my head's in the passenger seat. I glance up over the dash and I start hearing the suspect. He's yelling, "Come and get me, come and get me." He's got the gun, he's got it stuck up in the air. When he stood back up from that, the other officers began to fire shots at him.
One suspect on the ground.
I thought that my life was about to be over. I had some regrets, as we all would. Made a few promises, and I think for the most part, I've kept those. There were so many people that visited me, but there were a few, obviously, and I got to say, Coach Fulmer, he happened to be playing golf in Brentwood, and some nice people reached out to him, and he's a great guy. Coach Fulmer stayed probably, he was probably there an hour, and he pulled up a chair. He sat there like we were friends. Thankful I was able to come back to work. I'm thankful the city stood by me even though I had some complications. And, I can't say enough about really all the staff with the city. And, it's changed a lot over the years, but, I have some really strong relationships with some of the former commissioners because of this and some other things. I'm so thankful to have been employed by a city with such caring people. 4 people put their lives on the line for me. They really didn't get a lot of attention. Stephanie and I, we won awards, and some of the things that people said and did were incredible. And I wasn't deserving of that. I was trying to do my job and help my coworkers. Tommy Campsey and Steve Walding and Richard Hickey and Jimmy Campbell deserve more credit than they got. Some people have asked why I didn't get out of law enforcement after going through that, but I never wavered on that. It's what I've always wanted to do. Law enforcement really is in your blood. It is a calling. It's not, since the day that I stopped playing baseball in college, I've known exactly what I wanted to do. I never wavered from it. And, fortunately, I'm in a position now where I'm ready to retire and move on to what's in the next phase of life. My wife's retiring as well. She's retiring around the same time. We're moving out of the area, and that's That's good and bad. You know, I will really miss Brentwood. You know, I moved out here because I wanted my kids to go to school in Williamson County. And they both my sons graduated from Brentwood High School, got a great education, both went to the University of Tennessee.
What's the future of Brentwood Police Department?
Well, I would say it's very bright. I mean, you have what I would consider a state-of-the-art building being constructed. You have a very stable command staff. You know, all the people in the command staff are people that we hired. You know, and again, that's something that I feel. A lot of times we talk about legacy. What's our legacy? You know, Chief Hughes will have his building, I'm sure, as his legacy, and he has many others. But I think the people that are left is really what I would say would be my legacy. Not that I, in any way, can take credit for the work that they do, but all of the folks that are on the current command staff, I had a role in either hiring or training. And that makes me feel good about. And I know they're good people. And again, these are all people that we hired as police officers, and they worked their way up in Brentwood through the ranks. They understand the city. I don't know many agencies that have that kind of working environment with people that have come up from the rank. They understand. You know, a captain talking to an officer understands what that officer's dealing with because they've been there. They didn't come from another agency that maybe was much different than Brentwood. The culture is different, I think, here. There's no better place to work in police work and law enforcement. If you're going to be on the local level, there's no better place than Brentwood, Tennessee. No matter where I'm at, no matter what I'm doing, I'm always going to be a Brentwood officer. Sorry.